Hello guys, welcome back to Chris Poly channel. This video I want to share about analysis for speculation upcoming new class on Black Desert that Prebis will develop, but take notice, this is just speculation from me based on analysis data that I got from any source either official and unofficial, so just take this info just for fun, anticipating next new class that possible will release in future. Okay, to enjoy watch my video, make sure you turn on this video subtitle, and also you can use timestamp that I already provide to go to target topic that you want. And if you haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on bell notification to get any update and guide on Black Desert World. Okay, let's start this video content using any feature that I provide. Okay, previously on Black Desert News at end January 2025, I just mentioned if Prebis just starting development for next upcoming class that will release on Black Desert Online. But as I already share on this video, Prebis just preparing template for new class development and its main weapon, and we still didn't have any clue if this new class will become male or female class. Looks like Prebis still didn't decide it for now, and also this main weapon template still not have any clue what this weapon will be. But 1 week after I got info about this starting development new class, I got more info if Prebis just add another weapon template for this new class development, and I got some keyword for this another weapon development, and this keyword is Wang. And if I hear word Wang, just come in my mind, this is Chinese word that mentioning about king or kingdom, but this is also can be translated to become sovereign. But because this is new class development context that takes reference from ancient civilization on Asia, if I search more about Wang word correlated with ancient Korea, I found this info about king of Goryeo that have name Taizhou, also known as Taizhou Wangkon, who ruled Goryeo dynasty in ancient Korea at year 918 to 943. And if I search correlation about Wang word with ancient Chinese history, this is referred to king title on Zhou dynasty, the longest dynasty in ancient China history that lasts from 1046 until 256 BC. Almost 800 years rules on ancient China region. And during this Zhou dynasty period, this is transition age between Bronze Age and Iron Age. So if I check any possible weapon that used on this era, mostly they using dagger, axe, sword, pike, spear, club, staff, and any ranged weapon, either crossbow, longbow, and etc. And maybe upcoming new class weapon still related with any weapon on this ancient era, since the last class that is the most modern weapon that Prebis released on Black Desert based on our real-life timeline reference. Okay, I think enough deep search for this new class weapon, because right now info that we got still very limited, but there are another info related with this class code development. Surprisingly, code development for new class template that Prebis use have similar number order code that Prebis use for developing Wukong class for Black Desert Mobile on China region previously. But for some reason I cannot show the code on my video, and this code is referred to model code that Prebis use to construct model and animation on Wukong class. But this is just order class code number that have similar with Wukong class order number. And for another part for this code that present gender still unknown, since Prebis using another unknown code for this class development, so we cannot identify this class gender yet. And by knowing this info, looks like this class have correlation with Wukong class, or maybe Prebis really will bring Wukong class to Black Desert Online and mobile outside China region, but we still cannot make sure this for now. Or maybe by all this information, either code number class order that they use is using Wukong class code number, and also keyword Wang that refer to ancient civilization on Asia region. In my wild imagination, maybe Prebis preparing new class that have correlation with ancient Asia region, maybe have Wuxia Tem class. And if you didn't know what is wuxia, wuxia is Chinese genre of fiction that follow the adventures of material artists in ancient China. And by seeing this development time, maybe this class will release at end year 2025 or early 2026. And in my opinion, this is also can become celebration class that Prebis prepare for first anniversary Black Desert Online China region, because as we already know, Black Desert Online China region released at October 2024. So this end year 2025, China region server will celebrate their first anniversary, and maybe this class become celebration class that also available for all region server, because like previous time when Prebis released that I class, surprisingly China region server also got this that I class at the same time. And maybe at end year 2025, Black Desert China region update progress already reach similar states as any other region server, because if you watch my previous video, I also already show roadmap update on China region that they got so fast update content on China region server. But once again, just take all this information just for fun, since all this info just my analysis based on anything that happened on Black Desert update progression from multiple region server that I follow. Okay, another possibility for upcoming new class is come from teaser that Prebis give on last test class story about Dead Eye brother. Since Prebis released trailer about Dead Eye class, this Dead Eye character have one main objective on her story is to find her brother named Eddie. And there are 3 important source information that I found related with her quest to find her brother. The second source info when we doing that I Ascension questline that Marnie just explained some info about her brother Eddie. Let's hear what Marnie said on that I Ascension questline.
Now, is your mind a little clearer? We still have many tasks before us. Patience, patience! Such a temper you have. You're just like Liam, you know that? Your brother Eddie is indeed in this world. I have no good reason to deceive you, do I? However, Eddie is not in this time. Don't get wound up again. You will meet, eventually. Sorry. It's been so long since we've met, I forgot just how vast the intellectual gulf between us truly is. You see, you and Eddie both came to this world, but arrived at different points in time. The machine used to transport Eddie was a prototype, so I was unable to make delicate time calibrations. To spell it out, if you were sent back to the Victorian era, your brother was flung even further, to fight in some Roman colosseum.
And by hearing this Marnie explanation, this is mentioning if Eddie also got isekai to Black Desert Online, but he landing on different timeline than his sister Dead Eye. And looks like Eddie landing on timeline far before present time in the past of Black Desert timeline. And the third main source for this Eddie information, if you watch that iClass audiobook story, more than 50% of this story is searching her brother Eddie, and there are so many clues about Eddie on this story. Okay, let's hear some important part for this story.
I heard something that caught my ear.
What? That weapon? It's just like the one the great sorcerer Gannicus once wielded. Yo, with that flaming side thing. I heard it radiates dark magic, does it? And what is your connection to Gannicus?
The man's eyes burned with fury, all of it aimed at what he called my flaming scythe. As I suspected, this world ain't got no guns like mine. Hold up. What'd he just say? Gannicus? Gannicus? Listen here, old man. What in a coyote's cookout? The story he told me about this Gannicus fella was downright shocking. He sounded just like the Gannicus from the book my brother Eddie used to read. Like he'd come straight out of its pages. But this is a whole nother world. How the heck can there be a Gannicus here too?
Okay, from this clip we just got information if there are another person who have similar weapon as that I used. But as you already know, on Black Desert World, Revolver just starting introduced on that I class, do different technology timeline. And about this old man that noticed about that I weapon is Bro Room, NPC Trade Manager on Tarif City. He mentioned another person who wield this kind of weapon is Great Sorceress named Gannicus, who also wear flaming sight that radiates dark magic. And Bro Room also asking connection between that eye with Gannicus. Actually, about Gannicus, this person already here on Black Desert Online lore since Media Region update release. So far that I know, if you finishing one-time quest from Tarif City related with Elezra story, that we can get this starting quest from interacting with Hidden Book on Tarif on this location on map. And when we finishing this quest line, we need to craft Gannicus magic bullet. And from this item description, this is mentioning about legendary weapon that the Great Sorcerer Gannicus used a weapon to shoot black energy out of his sight like weapon. So actually about this story, Prebis already prepared it long time ago since Media Region update and already here long time ago before that I class. And when that I character try to remind who is Gannicus on her mind, he just remember if Gannicus is character on book story that Eddie, her brother, read, and she feel this Gannicus character just become real in Black Desert World, and she also questioning how can be Gannicus here on Black Desert World too. And when I hear this Dead Eye statement, I just think if this Gannicus on Black Desert World is Dead Eye brother himself, who using name Gannicus as his nickname on Black Desert World, that he take this Gannicus name from character storybook that he read in the past. But there are some part on this Dead Eye audiobook story that I cannot explain, especially when that I try to asking this Gannicus identity to Marnie via Marnie Wave. Okay, let's hear this clip.
Marnie? Marnie? Pick up the damn device, Marnie!
Oh, Liv! What a pleasant surprise!
Who's Gannicus? Folks saying he got my same revolver and everything. What the hell's going on?
Oh, amazing! The communications...
Marnie? Marnie? You crazy cockatrice! If you're gonna make something, at least make it right! Blasted piece of junk!
You shut your trap! He's my hero! Shoot! Shoot, you dimwit! What would Gannicus do? Kill him! Gannicus.
Marnie? Marnie? What the hell is all that noise? Answer me, damn it! And then the voice was gone. Occasionally I'd hear something, but it was just static, not even a hint of Marnie's voice. But the last thing I heard, I knew, without a doubt, that it was Eddie's voice.
And from this clip, I cannot imagine what happened and what situation when Marnie Wave sound like Eddie and another woman talking and have shooting sound. Maybe if you have any idea, you can comment on this video comment section for your thought about this voice line. And because of this part, before I share all this breakdown analysis for upcoming new class, previously I already share video that questioning what if next new class is Dead Eye Brother, and thumbnail that I share is just representation for Eddie that described on this audiobook. But once again, this is not confirming if Dead Eye Brother Eddie or Gannicus will become next Black Desert Online new class for now. Because we still didn't have any confirmation from Prebis. But why Prebis make this Dead Eye Brother become so mysterious? For sure there are some reason that we will have its answer in future. And related with Burning Sight, that mention on Gannicus weapon. On my previous video, I have some discussion from Prebis about plan for upcoming class at last 4th week April 2023. So 2 years ago, we got some info if Necromancer-like class will become interesting to come on Black Desert, but until now, we still didn't have it. Or maybe Prebis just preparing lore for this Necromancer class before they bring it to Black Desert world, because as we already know, next big project for upcoming brand new region that Prebis already announced officially is Demonland called Edana. And maybe this Demonland not only hometown for Assassin, but also for Necromancer-like class in future. What do you think about this one? Just share your thought on this video comment section. And stay tuned on Chris Poly channel, surely I will share more info about this new class progress development in future. And special thanks to all my membership for direct support via Patreon, Karya Karsa, and YouTube membership. And also my current member, Dubiadut, Doki, Ayrton, Snot, Soren, Afrilka, Elfamilia, Zenkyun, Spacebar Jess as gold member. And also for all my silver and bronze member, thank you so much for all your direct support. This will make Chris Poly channel running and growing more faster. If you want to support me directly, I will very grateful. And as special thanks, I will put your name on my video depend on your support level. And be noticed at some level there are have some limit, so make sure you didn't get run out for this limited space. And I will put your name on every subsequent video that I release for the duration of your support. And if you want to join my membership to support me directly, you can go to any platform for Patreon, Karya Karsa, and YouTube membership. I already put link for this membership on this video description, or you can check on top right of this video. I already put card for Patreon link. Okay guys, that's all my early analysis for upcoming new class on Black Desert that Prebis start to develop right now. Hope all this information can be useful for you. If you like this video, you can like and subscribe to my channel for another guide and update. Thank you for watching. See you next time.